Please take a seat. We'll call to order the meeting of the Merrillville Town Council for today, Tuesday, May 13th, 2025 at 6:30. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance and then remain standing afterwards for our invocation. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Let's pray. Well, Heavenly Father, we come before you to pray for those who lead the administration of this community, to ask, Father, for instilling wisdom and knowledge in their hearts. Give them a sense of peace, a sense of justice, a sense of vision of how lives can be transformed and thrive. For your blessings upon our children in this community as well. To you, Father, we lift up our hands and say thank you for loving us, for caring for this community and providing protection in so many ways. Thank you, Father, in Jesus' name.
Amen.
Let's do a moment of silence, please. Thank you, everyone. Please be seated. Mr. January, would you call the roll, please, of the councilors?
Certainly, Mr. President. Vice President Neal.
Here.
Councilwoman Haynes Edwards, also known as She.
Present.
Councilwoman Chandler Felton. Councilwoman Uselak.
Here.
Councilman Pettit.
Here.
Councilwoman Hardaway.
Here.
President Bella.
Here.
6 present, 1 absent.
6 present. We have a quorum. Moving on tonight to the consent agenda, there's a variety of items there, notably a request for a waiver of fee for the Neal Family Football Camp, the development agreement with Hallmark construction or development approval, and the various payment voucher, the ARP payment voucher, and 2 sets of minutes.
Motion to approve, Mr. President.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Pettit with a second by Mrs. Uselak for approval of the consent agenda as submitted. Questions or comments? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. That motion carries. Moving on tonight to standing committee reports, Budget and Finance, Vice President Neal.
Thank you, President Bella. No report.
Street Department, Mrs. Uselak.
Oh, yes, we have Mr. King, the director. Underneath his direction, the local parks have all been maintained by being mowed and garbage being picked up. He also has had it's called a crack sealer machine, and they have been sealing the cracks in all the streets and also sweeping the streets. So I think they've done a good job so far. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you. I just have a question for Steve. Update us, please, on the neighborhood paving projects. I see we're getting a lot of streets redone. How's it looking so far this season, Steve?
It's looking good. We're almost finished up south of 30. Some landscaping stuff we're dealing with as far as the local paving. The streets south of 30 have been paved. The only 2 that are ongoing out there are Harms Road and 101st, and that's part of our community crossings. They'll be working out there Thursday. But everything's progressing. Next meeting, I'll have an update on how many feet of curb and how many tons of asphalt we've laid so far. I'll give an update on that next
Any
meeting.
problems with residents removing cars so that the grinder can come through? I noticed a lot of signs and.
No,
seems like
everything's
it's
been
smooth.
fine. I haven't gotten any phone calls
Good.
from the contractor, and we've been moving out of the way, so it's gone pretty smooth.
Great, that's good news.
Oh, a few people called, but we took care of them.
Yeah.
Right.
All right. Thank you, Steve. Moving on to council affairs, Councilor Pettit.
Yes, Mr. President, we had a meeting last Tuesday night. We had approximately 7 ordinances that we reviewed. 3 of them are on the council agenda for later on in the meeting. There are 4 that I believe the consensus of the committee, and Leona is not here tonight, the consensus of the committee was to put the other 4 on the May Town Council workshop. One of the larger, more important ones is the possibility of creating a park board for the town of Merrillville. So I would ask Michael and Council President that those 4 ordinances be placed back on the council workshop agenda on the 21st.
Without objection.
I
And
will
again,
heed the instruction of
counselors,
the
if you
council.
need, Michael, if you would be so kind as to get those 4 ordinances to the entire 7, so they can review them.
Sure. Anything else?
That's all, I'm sorry.
Oh, thank you. Personnel policy and employee benefits, Counselor Hardaway.
We do have an open position for park crew maintenance. Am I correct, Mr. King?
Yes, you are correct.
That posting will be coming down on May 20th. So if there's anyone that you know that needs a position, please read the job description to make sure that you are, or that a person that you know is qualified to do the job and they can apply. Once again, that position comes down May 20th. And that concludes my report.
Thank you. Environmental affairs, Counselor Uzelak.
Oh, thank you, Mr. President. Bonaire Lake in Merrillville, the Stormwater Board, they had put chemicals in there to relieve the lake of the algae. They also did a number of retention ponds too, which I don't have in front of me, but I wanted to report that, that this was being taken care of so far. Okay?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Back to public safety, Counselor Hardaway.
No report, Mr. President.
Thank you. Elections, public relations, and town beautification, Counselor Neal.
Thank you, President Bella. We have before us this evening our new gateway sign and our new sign for our Parks Department. Thank you. All of the, you guys all have one. These are the 2 that we are starting with. We are finally finished with the design. We picked colors. We have just 1 or 2 little more things that are not big. We just had to change up in our last meeting yesterday. But I wanted to share this information with you guys so you all are able to see. We have chosen Stafford Park to be the first park to receive their new sign, and I believe our gateway sign is going on 93rd, correct, Steve?
Yeah, it's going to go 93rd and Merrillville Road. It'll be on the north east corner.
Yes,
Where
and,
there was one there previous and it got run over.
right,
so
which is one of the reasons why we chose that spot, because it was already cleared. In addition to that, Steve, can you give a report and an update on the flower planting? We saw some information on the website about that.
So the flowers are going well. Chaz was actually by yesterday, took a bunch of pictures, did a little article about what we've grown. They've started planting the plants little by little, working from the inside of the planters out. We've done some work here at Town Hall, getting things cleaned up. The hanging baskets have arrived. They came yesterday, so we have those, so they'll be going out. And yeah, we're gonna hit the planting really hard next week and get it all done. Got
Great,
quite a few plants.
Thank you, Steve. We appreciate that. So this was a new adventure for the town to do their own plants this year instead of buying baskets that we were not pleased with and just
Yeah.
having them, try to maintain that they were not keeping up, so.
So, yeah.
They're
So
doing a
last
great
year-
job.
So last year, we, some of the plants in the planters on 93rd, there's a plant called a canna. Yeah, last year we bought 200 of them. We used the seeds and stuff that fell off. We replanted a bunch of them, and we ended up with just over 1,000 of them this year.
Wow.
Yeah,
So, and we didn't have to buy one.
Why?
So,
a huge savings. So in case you all didn't know, we have master gardeners on hand with the town. But that's conclude my report. Thank you.
Thank you. Economic development, Mr. Pettit.
Yes, Mr. President, 2 weeks from tonight, we will have both an RDA meeting and an RDC meeting, the normal RDC meeting to approve claims. 2 weeks ago, or a week ago, we had our organizational RDA meeting, which was required by statute. And Rhonda, Margie, and I met. We elected officers. There will be upcoming resolutions now that the RDA has been formed, and timelines are being established for the bond issue that we discussed that will fund Whitcomb Street, the fire station, and the balance of the paving. So there will need to be an RDA resolution, and then a town council resolution, and an RDC resolution, and then the bonds will be out for sale, hopefully closing by the end of June, middle of July.
Sean, that's a lot of initials, and I know that we know what all that means. Could you explain what RDA is and what RDC is for our residents in the audience?
The redevelopment commission is made up of 5 council members, including myself as president, Marge Uzelak, Keisha Hardaway, Leona Chandler Felton, and Shauna Haynes Edwards. They handle basically the allocation areas, projects in the allocation areas. We have several allocation areas in town, including Mississippi Street, Merrillville Road, Broadway, Ameriplex, where we collect 100% of the property taxes that go to retired debt that the RDC has allocated. The Redevelopment Authority is a slightly different entity that has leasing powers. One of the things we're going to do with the RDA is establish, and Michael helped me out with this, we're going to dedicate all of the town right-of-ways into the RDA's control for future paving. We're doing $12 million worth of paving last year and into this year, but every year these streets are going to have to be resurfaced. We have an ongoing process with Steve called the Pazer method, where they rate the streets from 1 to 10, 1 being the worst, 10 being good. And so we're paving the 1s and 2s now with this money, but those 3s and 4s will become the 1s and 2s in a couple years, Steve? Probably. And so we're constantly going to have some type of pavement maintenance program. So we thought the Redevelopment Authority would be a good tool mechanism to handle that project for the coming years.
That's great. Thank you, Sean. Mr. Pettit, keep the floor with your report on Parks, Recreations, and the Dean and Barbara White Community Center, please.
We will have our standing committee, fourth Thursday of the month on May 22nd at 5 o'clock at the Dean and Barbara White Community Center. I know that Jerry and staff have gone over to ICC, which is a local flooring company on South Mississippi Street, and looked at samples where we've got to replace the flooring in the hallway, in the commercial insights room, in the McDonald's room, and the 2 smaller rooms, the AFL-CIO room. And I'll let Jerry and his department comment on that. I will comment that our general contractor or contract manager is assuming that cost because unfortunately the flooring subcontractor is in disagreement with CORE and with the staff, and this kind of happened before Jerry came on board with us. There was a discrepancy or disagreement about how the floor was put down, the glue, the concrete, and so I do want to applaud CORE, Geis Van Buren, for stepping up. They're going to handle that cost for us on that. Again, at the committee meeting, we'll be discussing some of the park projects out of the park 5-year master plan, how we implement those. As many know, and the clerk treasurer reports to us every 2 weeks, we have the food and beverage tax money that's sitting there waiting to be spent, Eric. So we've got some projects. I think Jerry's in the 5-year master plan we'll talk about at the committee level and get back to the entire council.
Super. Thank you. Moving on tonight to Special Committees, Abandoned and Blighted Properties, Councilor Haynes Edwards.
Thank you, President Bella. For the month of April, with our cold calls, including follow-ups, we had a total of 66 warnings. A total number of tickets that were issued were 17. When it comes to abandoned and blighted properties, there are 15 cases so far in 2025. And then the blighted properties, there are 6 for 2025. If any resident sees an abandoned or blighted property or something that needs to be reached out to by code enforcement, feel free to reach out to myself at my email, or Chief Nooses or Michael Griffin for code enforcement and abandoned and blighted properties. That concludes my report.
Thank you. Special Town Projects, Mrs. Neal.
Thank you, President Bella. We're still working on our 4th of July parade. You can look on our town website to seek the application, or you can come down here. We're still accepting applications for people who want to participate in the parade for the 4th of July. That parade is starting at 11 a.m., and it's starting down on 80th and Broadway. Keep in mind, we are going to run that short path where we're going to have the silent section for people who have issues with noises before it hits Broadway, and then they're allowed to to use their, whatever they're using for their parade, and then it will go all the way up Broadway. So we're starting south of Broadway and moving north versus north going south. So the route is going back to the original route that Merrillville used to have,
Very good.
and that's all.
Counselor Haynes Edwards, any update on the semi-quincentennial committee?
Only to report that we will start looking for committee members starting in June.
Excellent. Moving on to department and commission reports. Parks and Recreations, Jerry?
Yes, so the Merrillville Park District Security Project, I know I got a couple emails about stuff going on in the parks after hours. AJ from Next Tech Solutions came in, did a walkthrough of all the parks as well as the Dean and Barbara White Community Center. So he's working on a quote just to see what that would look like to put cameras in the parks as well as additional cameras in the Dean and Barbara White Community Center. So waiting on that quote to get back just to amp up the security. Programs, just an update on what's going on at the Dean and Barbara White Community Center. Basketball registration is through this Friday, so if you go on our website, the town of Merrillville, through the Parks and Recreation page, you can sign up for that up until this Friday. We have a youth stained glass art class, May 31st. Adult line dancing is starting tomorrow, which you can still sign up for. There will be multiple sessions. There's a senior workout program we now have with a trainer. Dance classes are still online to sign up for, yoga, and our daddy-daughter dance is June 13th. So if you would like more information on those programs, you can definitely see me after. I know it's a lot, but I got all the details. So as far as the floors go, we did get a quote from ICC. It was a little higher than what TSI, who originally put it in, came back with to fix the issue. But we're still waiting on a forensic test from CORE that they're running with TSI to see exactly what the problem was before we make any decisions. So the folks over at CORE informed us that they're going to go through every measure to make sure that we get taken care of. But I'll update probably next meeting on where we're going with that.
Great, thank you, Jerry. Police Department, Chief Nusis.
Thank you, Mr. President. I'll start off with our calls for service for March. We had a total of 2,637 calls for service. That totaled a amount of 4,636 officer responses for the month of March. In addition, we had 257 extra patrols that were assigned to officers. We had 139 arrests, which is a 37% increase for March. Juvenile arrests also went up from 1 to 8. We had a total of 384 traffic stops, and of those 384 traffic stops resulted in 358 tickets being written. Wow. We've been pretty busy this month as well. One of the things that made me proud, we've had some members from the community that have stepped up and have been our eyes and ears, have been helping us out, so they've helped us prevent some bad things from happening, per se. So I'm really glad to see that the message is actually getting out there, so thank you to the community. Other thing I wanted to mention, we still have the community night going on. It's going to be May 22nd from 6 p.m. till 8 p.m. It's going to be at the Dean and Barbara White Center. We're encouraging everybody to come and join us. We've also added a thank an officer. We've gotten an overwhelming response from the community about wanting to thank our officers for what they did, for the services they provided to them in their time of need. So what we decided to do was we were able to get in contact with the town, and they gave us an actual button, or I'm sorry, an actual page that you can go to on our webpage a sub-page or a sub-menu where you can actually thank that officer. So if anybody wants to thank an officer for a job well done, they can go on there and they can send it in. We're working on a project with the front lobby. Beginning this Friday at 4 p.m., the front lobby doors will be locked. There's going to be a police call box. It's already out there. We just got the signage for it, so it's going to go into effect Friday. We wanted to give the public a heads up on this. So after the hours of 4 p.m., and then on Saturdays and Sundays, this front lobby will be locked, but you will have a call box up front that's got an actual video camera system on it, high tech, so that way you'll be able to get in contact with police if need be. One of the other things that I saw over the last few days, I've seen a lot of people upset that code enforcement is out doing their jobs. They're commenting on it. They're also commenting on police officers stopping and giving tickets. So that makes me believe, and that makes me rest assured that our officers are out doing their jobs and doing their assignments that we've been giving them. That's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you, Chief. Planning and Building Department, Sheila Shine.
I have no report at this time.
You have some items on the agenda, I believe, later, right?
Yes.
Mr. King, anything else to add from Street Department?
I'm good.
You're good.
I hope.
Mr. Griffin, Town Manager.
Mr. President, you all should have found my report submitted to you, some of which, the opening portion, I actually briefed the council during our work study session immediately before this. Unless you have a question about this of me, I will be most happy to be seated.
Please do. I skipped you, didn't I? Clerk Treasurer's Office, Mr. January.
Thank you, Mr. President. Very brief. For the month ending April the 30th, I'm really pleased that the town is actually on budget. I mean, we're doing a great job. We have 66% of our budget left, which basically is interpreting that we spent about a third of our budget through the first 4 months of the year. So we're really doing a good job of making sure that we don't overspend. The town, just in terms of cash, payroll and everything is fine. In terms of cash, we had $602,939.30. Of that is divided between several different departments, stormwater, RDA, police department, and et cetera. And one of the things that I did want to announce, we had no payroll issues and everything's going in the right direction. We've got the person that we hired is really doing a good job. But I wanted to mention on June the 26th of 2025, I'm going to have a fiscal state of the town address, and it's going to be at the Dean and Barbara White Center. So if you want to attend and find out what's going on with the town, please come out. It'll be between 6 and 7. It's patterned after what our counselors have been doing. They've been doing a great job of Miss Rhonda's event just recently. But we want to keep you informed and let you know about some of the upcoming things in the town of Merrillville fiscally, because we want to make sure that we're fiscally fit and we're accountable to you all with the money that we're spending. But that is my report.
Thank you, Eric. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Moving on tonight to general orders. These are first reading ordinances, ordinance 25-13, which, would you mind passing that down, Marge, please?
Oh, sure. Sorry.
That's okay. Did you need one?
No, I have it.
Everybody,
I have yours.
I got mine. Some got in the packet.
You have one?
Didn't.
Shauna?
I got mine.
Here you go.
Thank you, Marge.
One more.
All right.
Yeah, it wasn't in my packet.
Yeah. I thought we made, that's all we did.
We can share.
It's all right. Looks like there's plenty, thanks. Ordinance 25-13 is ordinance transferring dormant fund balances not raised by either a general or special taxing levy and authorizing transfers pursuant to Indiana code. This is what Mr. Griffin talked to us about in our study session prior to the council meeting. It actually is really just some cleanup work for the clerk treasurer.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Mrs. Uselak with a second by Counselor Pettit for approval of ordinance 25-13. Mr. Griffin, anything else to add under discussion?
Mr. President, thank you, nothing.
Very well. Any discussion from the council? Hearing none. Mr. January, would you call the roll, please?
Certainly. Vice President Neal,
Yes.
Councilwoman Haynes Edwards,
Aye.
Councilwoman Uselak,
Yes.
Councilman Pettit,
Yes.
Councilwoman Hardaway,
Yes.
President Bella.
Yes.
6 in favor.
6 in favor, motion carries. The next ordinance is 25-15. It's an ordinance of the Town Code, Section 12-41, entitled Tow Release Services Fee, and repealing all other Town Code sections and ordinances or parts thereof in conflict herewith. This
So
is
moved.
Second.
a motion by Mrs. Uselak with a second by Mr. Pettit for approval of ordinance 25-15 on first reading. Questions or comments from the council? Anything else to add, Chief Newses?
This will be a good one that'll help us out. I'm anxiously waiting for it to pass.
Very good. Mr. January, roll call, please.
Yes, Mr. President. Vice President Neal,
Yes.
Councilwoman Haynes Edwards,
Aye.
Councilwoman Uselak,
Yes.
Councilman Pettit,
Yes.
Councilwoman Hardaway,
Yes.
President Bella.
Yes.
6 in favor.
6 in favor, that motion carries. Our last ordinance tonight is ordinance 25-16. It's an ordinance amending Town Code, Section 16-3, entitled Fingerprinting Fees, and repealing all other Town Code sections and ordinances or parts thereof that are in conflict.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Mrs. Uselak with a second by Counselor Neal for approval of ordinance 25-16. Chief Newsis, anything else to add under discussion to this one?
No.
Mr. Griffin, anything else to add?
Mr. President, just to make clear that if you're under arrest for the kind of crime that would require fingerprinting, we throw that in, no extra charge. These fees are actually for the purposes of the excess capacity we have for jobs that require it and the like.
Good to know. Thank you, Mr. Griffin.
Well said, but
My
Any
pleasure.
other discussion from the council members? Hearing none. Mr. January, roll call, please.
Yes, sir. Vice President Neal,
Yes.
Councilwoman Haynes Edwards,
Aye.
Councilwoman Chandler Felton. Oh, Lord have mercy. Councilwoman Uselak,
Yes.
Councilman Pettit,
Yes.
Councilwoman Hardaway,
Yes.
President Bella.
Aye.
6 in favor.
It's okay. She could have shown up. We don't know.
She could have been listening.
That motion carries, Mr. Griffin. We have no resolution tonight. Moving on to Board of Zoning Appeal and Large Gathering Actions. Mrs. Shine.
Yes, Mr. President, our first petition is Frances O'Brien. Ms. O'Brien, would you step to the podium, please? She's the petitioner. John Brown IV is the owner, and this is for special exception approval for a daycare. Petitioner is requesting special exception approval from Section 21-136 on 1.24 acres in an existing C5 office and research zoning district to relocate Little Discoveries Child Care Preschool from Schererville, Indiana to 8683 Connecticut Street. The petitioner has a letter of intent to purchase the property. Little Discoveries will operate from 6:30 a.m. to 8 p.m., Monday through Friday, offering a full-time care for children 6 weeks to 12 years old. LDCP has been in business since 1995 in Steger, Illinois, and in 2021, the petitioner leased a building in Schererville, Indiana. Currently, said business has 57 children enrolled, 15 employees. Ultimately, Little Discovery plans to enroll a maximum of 140 children and employ 24 staff members. LDCP follows the state child and adult care program. The food is prepared on site. The curriculum is the Frog Street Press, which teaches children all the basics through play, song, art, and worksheets. The establishment, maintenance, or operation of the proposed special exception use will not be detrimental or endanger the public health, safety, or general welfare in accordance with the comprehensive plan because the daycare will follow all state, town, and licensing guidelines. The proposed special exception will not be injurious to the use and enjoyment of other properties in the immediate vicinity for the purpose already permitted, nor substantially diminish and impair property values within the neighborhood. Because the child care center is located in a medical complex with no business directly north or east to the building. The establishment of the special exception approval would not impede the normal or orderly development and improvement of the surrounding properties for uses permitted in the districts. There is a safety plan in place, the play area, and for the drop-off and pickup for all children. The play area will be fenced in and ample parking is available. The entire site will be monitored by cameras. And that's for this petitioner only, at this location only, and for this use only. And Mr. President, this particular petition was 5-0 approved from the Board of Zoning Appeals.
Thank you, Sheila. How you doing tonight?
I'm good. How are you?
Just have a quick question. Did you do the build-out, or are these the offices that were there already inside?
So there's offices inside right now, and we're planning on doing a total demo.
Oh, you're going to do that, okay.
Yes.
Yeah. That makes sense, thanks.
You're welcome.
Any other questions or comments for this petitioner?
Yes. Are you currently licensed by the state of Indiana for this location?
Yes, I am. Not for this location. I am currently licensed in Schererville, Indiana. I'm planning on changing that location. So I can't get licensed in Merrillville until, obviously, you guys approve it for me.
Yeah.
And I have all the construction and everything done, and then they can go in and do the measurements and tell me how many children per classroom can be in there, per age group. And then at that point, then I get licensed.
Okay, so what you said, you have to be approved by us before you get the license, correct?
Right.
Correct, because I have to be approved by you guys before I can get the financing and do the demo and building.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Mr. President, this is in my ward.
Yeah.
Sheila, were there any remonstrators?
No remonstrators.
So are your Schererville parents going to migrate to Merrillville, or are you going to be looking for new children?
A little bit of both. Being that it's directly in front of Methodist Hospital, I'm planning on promoting the daycare over there so that we can, there's a great need for childcare from the employees of the hospital. So most of my families will migrate over. We do have a bus, so the children that we are currently getting from the Lake Central School District, we will still be able to bus them through the transition of the following school year to help them transition to another place or to stay with us.
Okay.
Mr. President, meals are prepared on site?
Correct.
You're going to develop a kitchen in the building?
Yes, it's going to be central in the building, according to the plans that we have drawn out right now.
Okay.
Yes, there'll be a commercial stove with the hood. A lot of the freezers and refrigerators that I have currently in the current location will go over.
We'll go over. And that you'll transfer, I'm assuming you have a Lake County Health Department permit in Schererville.
Yeah, we all are certified with the ServSafe and the ServSafe management.
So depending on our decision, you'll just transfer all that over just like your license.
Correct.
Okay,
Those are county permits anyways.
right.
Correct.
All right, Mr. President, I will make a motion to approve the special exception for, do we have a case number on this, Sheila?
Z9E70425.
Okay, thank you. That's my motion.
Second. Second.
Have a motion from Mr. Pettit with a second by Mrs. Uselak for approval. Any questions or comments on the motion? Hearing none, Mr. January, would you call the roll, please?
Certainly. Vice President Neal,
Yes.
Councilwoman Haynes Edwards,
Aye.
Councilwoman Uselak,
Yes.
Councilman Pettit,
Yes.
Councilwoman Hardaway,
Yes.
President Bella,
Aye.
6 in favor.
6 in favor, motion carries.
Welcome to the town.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Our next petitioner is Reese Printing and Signs. Would you please come? He's coming. And this is a variance of use approval for a LED sign located at 1771 West 81st Avenue. Petitioner is seeking a variance of use approval from Section 189.8 to allow an LED message center on an existing sign in a C3 highway commercial zoning district on 3.16 acres. Petitioner would like to erect a 4x8 LED message center on an existing pole. The sign is 10 by 6, and the total signage will be 92 square feet. Petitioner submits that proposed variance of use approval will only serve to promote the business at the car dealership. The petitioner will advertise town events when requested.
Thank you. So will the sign be on the outside of the frontage road or on your property?
Inside the property.
Okay, so to the north of the frontage road, but on the frontage road?
Yes, in the front, yes.
Okay, thanks.
Do you own the car dealership too?
The
No.
business name?
No, he's the sign contractor.
Oh, you're just the sign contract.
Yeah.
Okay,
Printing.
thank you.
How are your rates?
How-
I'll ask you afterwards.
Hi, they came before us last month for the special exception for the car dealership down, it was an existing car dealership.
Right.
And they came before. Now, they're using the same sign, but they're adding a 4x8 LED message center to the bottom of the existing
Okay,
sign.
that's what I want, okay.
Yeah, I don't see a problem.
So the sign is already there, you're just adding the,
Yes.
the message sign, okay, all right.
Any other questions or comments from the council? We'll need a motion.
So moved.
Second,
Mrs. Uselak with a second by Counselor Neal for approval. Mr. January, roll call, please.
Yes, sir. Vice President Neal,
yes.
Councilwoman Haynes Edwards,
Aye.
Councilwoman Uselak,
Yes.
Councilman Pettit,
Yes.
Councilwoman Hardaway,
Yes.
President Bella.
Aye.
6 in favor.
6 in favor, motion carries, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Our last petitioner for the evening is Darren Shaw. The applicant is Karma Finance and Holding LLC. Petitioner is Karma Finance and Holding LLC. It is special exception approval to allow an interior remodel. Petitioner is requesting special exception approval in the C3 Highway Commercial Zoning District to allow an interior addition. Karma Cigar Bar is seeking approval for an interior addition at 850 West 81st Avenue. The petitioner will increase the rear seating and remove 10 seats from the front of the cigar bar. Karma wants to introduce a high-end hospitality that includes a piano bar with a grand piano. This addition will enhance the customer experience. Additionally, Karma Cigar Bar will adhere to all alcohol and tobacco regulations, town ordinances, and will hire Merrillville police as needed. The establishment of the proposed special exception would not impede the normal and orderly development and improvement of the surrounding properties because Karma Cigar Bar holds that the project will only increase the property value in the area. Approval of the addition will allow them to provide 44 to 46 parking spaces for guests, a total maximum occupancy of 152 people with a ratio of 4-to-1. Leaps will allow overflow parking in its lot, and valet parking will be made available for major events by David Lasser, has offered valet parking for the major events. Peak business hours are 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. after Leaf Supply business hours. Petitioner has decreased the seating in the front to 20 and 46 seats in the rear for a total of 66 seats. The request for the special exception approval is a must in order to maximize the potential of Karma Cigar Bar. Without approval, expansion cannot happen. For this petitioner only, at this location only, and for this use only. Mr. President and Council, in our ordinance, we don't have anything where you would have to come before BZA or the council to get an interior remodel. However, before, when he got his extension, addition onto the back, the Board of Zoning Appeals put a condition that if he were to extend further, that he would have to come back and show us that he had the parking available for the extension. So that's why he's here tonight, to show that after he do the interior remodel, he does have the parking available. There will be doors to the rear, which there are not doors in the rear right now, that will allow the customers to go out and use that parking in the back. I just wanted to explain a little bit about why he's actually here.
Much needed.
Yeah, parking has always been an issue there
Yes.
Right.
that you've worked on quite a bit, so thank you for that. But
What hours are you open for business?
11 to 11.
11 in the morning to 11 at night?
Yeah.
Okay.
Chief, are you aware of any parking issues going on there currently?
No, we haven't had any calls or complaints.
I recall years ago, it was parking on the roadway and blocking other businesses and all kind of problems. Has that been rectified?
Yeah.
Good.
Chief, are you aware of any problems in the bar or after closing with the alcohol?
No, it's quite the opposite. It's pretty well.
Pardon?
It's quite the opposite. They don't have any problems there. It's pretty laid back and
Okay, it's very good.
So are you saying it was good karma?
good karma, yeah.
Okay, Mr. January, that was pretty good. That's pretty good. That's on tape, you know, that'll last forever. Marge, you can go there and have a bourbon and smoke a cigar.
Yeah. After 11.
Okay, 11 a.m., you mean, yeah. Anything else from the council? I'll just thank the petitioner for expanding and staying in Merrillville and making your business work. It's done nothing but just go up and up every year, so congratulations.
Thank you.
Is there a motion for approval?
So moved.
Second.
Mrs. Uselak for a motion and Counselor Sheehan for a second. Anything else from the council? Hearing nothing else, Mr. January, roll call, please.
Yes, Mr. President. Vice President Neal,
Yes.
Councilwoman Haynes Edwards,
Aye.
Councilwoman Uselak,
Yes.
Councilman Pettit,
Yes.
Councilwoman Hardaway,
Yes.
President Bella.
Aye.
6 in favor.
6 in favor, a motion carries, sir. Congratulations.
Congratulations, Darren.
Good luck.
Welcome.
Moving on tonight to public comment. If you have public comment, please state your name and address. If you'd like, for the record, we allow 3 minutes for public comment. Thank you.
Hi there, my name is Georgianne Glavis, 1727 Chelsea, Cherville. This is Eliana Gravak, and we're here on behalf of Logan's Love, Logan Speaks. Can she pass this out while I'm talking? Is that okay?
Yes.
Okay.
It's a brochure? Okay.
Yes. Logan's Love, Logan Speaks is a 501c3 founded in memory of Logan Ruiz. He tragically passed away from a train accident as a result of him escaping out of his backyard from his autism. His mom created a foundation in his memory, and we were actually here in December, I believe, of 2023, where we had 57 bags donated to the police department, the
Right.
Ben's Blue Bags. So if that's jogging your memory a little bit.
Yeah, I remember that.
So with sponsorships, donations, and fundraisers from our events, we are working our way across Lake County, and we've already distributed 400 bags, as well as making Dyer a Project Lifesaver community. Which brings us why we're here tonight. One of our fundraisers is coming up, which is our golf outing, and we're just here to invite you to participate, possibly sponsor, and maybe share our event, so we can continue our mission of making Lake County the safest county.
Very good. Thank you.
Thank you.
We were talking about
Thank you,
upcoming
Miss.
golf outings just today, Mr. Pettit and I, so we'll
Thank you
review
very
this, let you know.
Okay, thank you so much.
You bet. Thank you for all you do. Sir?
Good evening, Mr. President, Town Council members, Town administrators, community members, and esteemed guests. My name is Maceo Rainey, and I serve as the Vice President of the Prairie Creek Homeowners Association. We're a small group of homeowners located in the corridor of 73rd and Wickham of Ward 1, Precinct 22. I'd like to take a moment of personal privilege to applaud this town council and its members that have recently conducted roundtable meetings with their constituents in various areas. I've had the opportunity to attend a couple of them, so I wanted to take the opportunity to thank those members that took time out of their busy schedules to share and create relationships and operate in a very transparent manner with the constituents of this region. So I wanted to say thank you for a job well done. And secondly, I'd like to take a moment of personal privilege to thank the Merrillville Fire Department. Recently, there was an article written in the Northwest Indiana Times. I won't go too far down a rabbit hole of maybe an ongoing investigation, but it appeared from what the article was written in reference to dealing with the local vendor that the Merrillville Fire Department acted in the best interest of the taxpaying public, and also offered comments that were very transparent, but geared toward keeping the public involved in what was going on and what appeared to be a legal case. So I just wanted to thank the Merrillville Fire Department on the record for their job well done and acting in the best interest of the taxpaying public and the actions that they took. And finally, and wrapping up, I just wanted to share with the council that what I love most about being a Merrillville resident and living in Merrillville is the affordable living and the high quality of life. One of the best decisions I've made in my life was to purchase a home in Merrillville. The neighbors that I've met in my ward, the relationships that I've built, being a community, not a neighborhood, but a community. And the community looks out for one another. They share information, they share resources, they grow together, they live together. So what I love most about being a homeowner in Merrillville has everything to do with affordable living and a high quality of life, and I wouldn't have it any other way. And maybe those individuals out in the public that are interested in pursuing buying a home in Merrillville or making Merrillville their home, I would say it would be a great investment to be part of a community that's thriving, that's the heart of the region, an investment that has plenty of return on investment. So I wanted to share that information, and perhaps committee members and also other people that serve the city may want to also consider Merrillville as a place for residents as well. But again, I want you guys to really hear that message and let that burn into your consciousness that Merrillville is a great place to live.
Brian Messarch, East 68th Place, Mr. President, Town Council. Thank you for having me. Chief, I would like to thank you and the police department and the code enforcers and the more people who whine and cry and whatnot about code enforcement and you guys doing your job. That means you're doing something right, and I'm all 100% behind it. So you guys keep doing it. Keep doing the traffic tickets, keep writing the tickets for the code enforcement, because we're getting something right. So thank you for that. I would like the town council to consider something that is near and dear to me. I'm on the bike path all the time. I'd like to start a bicycle club at some point in time, but kind of advocate for things like safety. And there's something that is very concerning. I have personally almost been hit twice on Taft Street, and I've seen other people almost also get hit. I don't know if there's more signage. I don't know if there's something that we can do, but we need to sit down and talk because someone's going to get hurt. There are some really stupid drivers out there, and they just don't seem to care. And it's the upsetting thing. And I know in the past, over on 93rd Avenue, stop signs were moved. I'm sure that that was some bicyclists' protest as to like cars not stopping. It's not an appropriate measure, but I'd like to sit down and come up with some ideas that maybe we could do to make things a little bit more safe, because Merrillville is an awesome community to live in, and we want to encourage the hiking and the biking and the use of our parks and our recreational facilities, and that would just be one small step. And finally, I'd like to everyone to remember my dear friend Chris Holst, who's usually here. He is a voice of reason for all of us. He has been in the hospital. He just got home, and he's also facing some other medical things. So please keep him in your thoughts and prayers as he moves forward. Thank you. Have a good evening.
Thank you, sir. Moving on tonight to announcements, we do have a workshop scheduled. Mr. Pettit made reference to it on May 21st at 5 o'clock. It's here at the Town Hall. Our workshops and committee meetings are open to the public always. So that is a good place to get information where we're going to be taking action at these meetings only twice a month. Really, the hard work happens during the committee meetings. And everyone's welcome to attend those and offer their feedback. We'd love to have you. Our next council meeting is May 27th at 6:30, and the next redevelopment commission meeting is May 27th at 6:15.
Mr. President, if I could, we've moved the Plan Commission meeting up, Madam President, to next Tuesday at 5:30.
Right.
There's one item, there's a subdivision on the agenda, and I see Mr. Hall in the audience. We have also scheduled a 6:30 neighborhood meeting for the Whitcomb Street corridor. Angie and Joanna sent out, Sheila, I don't know how many were on that list. Oh,
It was, yeah.
50-some
50-some
property owners
properties, yeah.
that have been invited to have Mr. Zaney and his crew come in and make the presentation on the initial design of the Whitcomb Street corridor. That'll take place here at 6:30 on the 20th. And again, just because you're not on Whitcomb Street, you're more than welcome to come in and see what we're proposing as Liberty Estates continues to take off. Again, Randy, thank you very much.
Thank you, Sean. Good reminders.
Yeah.
Mr. January,
Yes,
do
sir.
you have something to add?
Yes. Actually, it's a question, and it's for the benefit of the audience as well. Speaking of tickets, I had a resident call me because one of our code enforcers gave him a ticket, and his concern was, he said the grass that was growing was not actually his grass because it's on the other side of the sidewalk. Is there a law that states that they're supposed to take care of it?
They're responsible for that, yeah.
They are, okay. So,
You have to cut the
mean on the
boulevard.
easement?
okay, all right.
You mean on the
Parkway is, what do you call it?
Easement.
I guess the
Parkway.
Easements.
Parkway.
Parkway, yeah.
Okay,
Good question, though, yeah.
right,
Yeah, it is.
okay,
Especially with the upcoming mowing season coming, that's a good,
Yeah.
okay,
good piece of information.
okay, thank you.
With no objections, we'll adjourn. Thank
Motion
you
to
all.
adjourn.
Second.
Aye.